Galnet News, your galaxy in focus, 15th of January 3302. Our top story today: Dr. Arcannon of the Canon Interstellar Research Group has released a statement in response to the discovery of non-human structures in the Pleiades Nebula. He said, "This is a momentous day. Alien structures have been confirmed on at least 2 planets in the Pleiades Nebula. I must congratulate Commander Octo, who made the initial discovery on Merope 5C, and thank Commander Snacks, who contacted me. Within minutes, Canon scientists and other commanders were at the site. We now know of multiple Barnacles on Merope 5C, and the corrupted message recently received in Maya has led us to many more on Pleiades sector JCU B32. I can confirm that these structures produce meta-alloys, emit a sound similar to that made by the unknown artifacts, and bear mysterious markings that we have yet to identify. Some commanders have reported malfunctions near the structures, which might explain the crashed ships found near many of the Barnacles." This report was from Commander Lord Zoltan. And indeed, the galactic network is buzzing with discussion on the discovery as pilots everywhere try to come to some collective understanding, but it certainly appears as though not all the facts have surfaced at present. The speculation began when a log entry began appearing, seemingly randomly, in the computer systems aboard certain ships, appearing to reference a sporting event which would take place on Thursday. The log entry mentioned PR5 Row 2 Seats 5 and 6, and commanders soon began to speculate on whether this truly was random or could be related to the announcement made earlier this week by Dr. Arcannon that the Pleiades region, and the Merope system especially, might yield clues that linked the unknown artifacts to something he described as Barnacles. It wasn't long before a Commander Allen announced some very strange findings in the Merope system, including all planets separated by approximately 1,000 light seconds, asteroids in the system appear to be evenly spaced, Merope 2 is about the same distance in light seconds from its star as the year of the original Thargoid invasion, and Merope 2 has an almost perfectly circular orbit. The theories have been arriving thick and fast across the galaxy, with some suggesting that the link to the alien species known as the Thargoids is clear, while others have made more speculative suggestions, asserting that it might be an elaborate pastry-making machine, or even that the body where these discoveries were made, Merope 2C, is in fact a Thargoid vessel waiting to take shape. Since the rapidly evolving news on galactic social networks everywhere, thousands of pilots have flocked to Merope and the surrounding area, either to see for themselves or to help with the scientific study, which has not always gone down well with the local population. A Commander Ninja Deer of the Smiling Dog crew issued a warning earlier this week, instigating a blockade of the Maya system for environmental reasons, labelling many visitors barnacle heads and warning that any such ships would be shot on sight. Whatever the case may be with the discovery of barnacles in Merope, it's clear that there is still much of the story that will unfold in the coming days. As always, Galnet will keep you informed as events develop. And now some good news from Obsidian Orbital. Following the remarkable discovery of non-human structures in the Pleiades Nebula, starport markets have been inundated with meta-alloys, a mysterious material produced by the alien Barnacles. At present, very little is known about this commodity, but it seems it may have helped bring some stability to Obsidian Orbital, one of the starports affected by the mysterious malfunctions sweeping the galaxy. According to a recent statement, the station's technical team conducted an 11th hour experiment that, remarkably, seems to have improved things at the beleaguered starport. In the words of this technical worker, "Things have gone from bad to worse recently, so when the meta-alloys started flooding in we thought, why not give it a shot? And somehow it seems to have worked. I don't know how the meta-alloys helped exactly, but we think they're countering whatever it is that's causing the malfunctions. As soon as we have more concrete information, we'll let you know. For now, we're remaining cautiously optimistic." And the exact cause of the technological plague blighting the galaxy is still not known, so whether the meta-alloys represent a permanent solution can only be guessed. but many will be hoping that this breakthrough heralds the end of the mysterious malfunction epidemic. Our next story is from the Interstellar Press and Statera Eleshana, who reports that crowds in Capitol were delighted today to catch a glimpse of Emperor Arissa Duval as the new head of state went about her duties. An ever-increasing crowd has been growing on the planet, hoping to pay personal tribute to the Emperor by demonstration of the adoring masses. The Emperor enjoyed a quiet seasonal break, making the traditional broadcast of Imperial Monarchs on Empire Day on 2nd of January. Her reflection back on the previous year and expression of goodwill found great popularity amongst the imperial citizenry, who have warmed to their new sovereign as the late Hendis Duval's heir. Replacement of official documents and plaques with the new emperor's titles and insignia was also completed over the festive period, and stations now proclaim the glory of Emperor Arissa Duval across the length and breadth of the empire. Another story from the Interstellar Press via Statera Eleshana now. A huge outpouring of support for humanitarian aid spread across the Lavian populace today, as Alliance pilot Stephen Lee delivered 400 human beings, including 86 children, to his home port, rescuing them from branded slavery in Kumos space. The sudden and unexpected arrival of so many malnourished and injured individuals saw station residents rally round to offer medical and food supplies, with many agreeing to host recovering patients. Mr. Lee gave a statement to local news outlets where he said, "I don't care what some bigwig politician says. I liberated these folk from Komanga and nothing's going to stop me going back for more. These people are branded with burns bearing the Kumo insignia. Most of them are underweight and suffering from malnutrition. If they're unwilling or unable to fight alongside the crew, they wind up as slaves. As a result, they're considered not worth wasting the food on, so they're just worked until they're used up." Most of the kids were in an industrial processing facility for onion head, sorting the crops by grade to be smuggled into the Federation. "Archon Delane can jump into a black hole," added Mr. Lee, "and the Alliance needs to seriously rethink its priorities." Alliance non-interference has been a controversial internal debate over the past 6 months, with detractors of the policy decrying federal pressure as the primary cause. That's the Galnet news for today. Tune in next time to keep your galaxy in focus.